Hello once again. Off we go now to the second race of this year's Formula One season, this time across to Malaysia, to Sepang. The circuit is actually just to the east of the international airport at Kuala Lumpur, and it is a location where we've seen over a number of years how the weather can have a very keen influence in the shape of some heavy showers and some thunderstorms. Well, here's a summary as to some of the things that we'll be watching for forecast-wise. For certain, underpinning all of the 3 days, it will be hot, it will be sultry, high humidity, the air temperature somewhere between about 31 to even as high as 34 Celsius, and at times, particularly towards the middle part of the day into the early afternoon, the track temperature lifting up into at least the mid-50s, probably into the high 50s. Now, showers remain a feature on the forecast through all of the 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. But the exact distribution of those, the timing of them, will inevitably vary from day to day. Nuanced differences, yes, but we'll be watching for factors such as how the sea breeze blowing in tends to combine with the uplift of moist, warm air close to where we have some uplands out towards the east of the circuit. That starts to build some of the shower clouds, some of the thunderstorms, and with time, they then drift out towards the west and start to affect the circuit. That actually happened during the course of today, during Thursday. Now, the highest chance of seeing some heavy showers or storms at the moment is looking like Saturday, particularly through Saturday afternoon. But we certainly can't discount some for Sunday for the race. It's just that the forecast models are a little bit more uncertain on the exact threat that we'll have by that stage. Now, I mentioned some of the things that we've seen happening today during Thursday. After a dry start, as the satellite image shows, we started to see some thunderstorms developing initially down towards the south of Sepang, but by about 6 o'clock onwards, particularly 7 o'clock, some of those were right over the top of the circuit. So really giving a taste, if you like, to the teams to some of the difficulties they'll face watching the radar as we run through each of the 3 days. Let's take a look then in detail at those 3 days, starting with Friday. The first practice session is looking odds on to be dry, generally quite sunny. Those temperatures starting to rocket up. It might be quite breezy actually at that stage of the day. As we get later on into the afternoon, particularly late afternoon, we'll start to see a more meaningful threat of some showers or thunderstorms around. So we certainly can't rule out the possibility, particularly later through the second practice session, that we could see some of that being rain affected. Certainly one to watch. For Saturday, as I mentioned, a higher threat of seeing some showers and storms, and equally a signal that those will start to form earlier, perhaps as early as lunchtime. So it's certainly looking quite possible that the third practice session and qualifying will be at the mercy of the weather in terms of the threat of some heavy showers or storms. Either way, again, very warm, hot day and a sultry one as well. Temperatures up to about 31 to 33 Celsius. For Sunday then, some uncertainties. We're certainly looking at a dry start, and as we get later on into the afternoon, again a familiar story. The convective clouds starting to bubble up, generally out towards the east of the circuit, and then as we get into the race window, the possibility that some of those could start to edge ever closer to affect the race itself. If anything, I suspect it's going to be later in the race that we'll start to see that possibility climbing up the graph. So the teams will be watching quite anxiously, I am sure. Well, either way, I will keep you up to date with all of the latest forecast thinking. You can follow me at Twitter, at Fergie Weather, and we'll have more updates for you later. Bye-bye.